What's going on, guys? It's Jake back for another episode of Nook News. It's kind of been a little while. I don't think we've had any news recently. Well, guys, back a few months ago, I actually covered a little bit of a snippet from Koro Comics that showed off some of the upcoming Beyblade Burst Cho-Z releases. And if you remember, there was CZ1, CZ2, and CZ3. I and some other people thought that it was going to be like a new naming scheme, or that these three Beyblades are going to be tied together in some way because their names were just so different. Well, in my video about it, I basically guessed that CZ1 and CZ2 were going to be the new Valkyrie and new Spriggan because shapes just line up pretty well. And it just kind of makes sense because they are later releases. A new Valkyrie and a new Spriggan would be a later release. And by later release, I mean closer to Christmas, like November, December. Those are usually when the biggest releases kick off. And that ended up being true. CZ1 and CZ2 ended up being Cho-Z Spriggan and Cho-Z Valkyrie. But still, CZ3, which was going to release in December, that's kind of been up in the air. Nobody's really known. In my video, I said that it could be a new Achilles. And guess what? It is now confirmed that it is a new Achilles. Let's just get a clap for my awesome detective skills, which I think were just kind of obvious. It's not really that big of a deal. Now, there was actually a picture that was released, but it's all this Japanese text, and I'll show it on the screen, which in Japanese definitely does confirm this release. But also, Beyblade Galaxy here on YouTube, I've mentioned him before, does amazing, has just really good videos. Definitely go and check him out. I have his link down below. But he actually posted a link to a website that I've used before to talk about, Slash Valkyrie, or what could be Slash Valkyrie in next year's releases. Well, this website actually updated with the new Achilles. And the name is, of course, going to be Cho-Z Achilles or Super Z Achilles, but the combo is actually kind of interesting. The layer is, of course, judging by what CZ3 was going to look like. It definitely looks really, really cool, and I'm excited for it. There's no images yet, but the silhouette looks awesome. And it's going to have the same burst stopping gimmick as Cho-Z Valkyrie and Cho-Z Spriggan did. So these are, I'm going to guess, going to be the only three Beyblades in all of Burst, or at least all of Cho-Z that have this burst stopping ability. And it was correct to say that CZ1 through CZ3 are tied together because they all have this burst stopper. I don't know how effective it is going to be because I don't have Valkyrie and Spriggan yet. They're not out yet. But this could mean, guys, that these layers are going to be kind of hard to burst. Next, the disc is said to be 00 or 00, which is really, really weird. I was thinking at first that it could be like a 0 dash, just like we saw 8 dash, and it would just be kind of a reworked version. But I don't know. They didn't call it 0 dash. They called it 00. So I think it's going to be a different disc, but it's going to be similar to 0. If anything, 0 is just kind of had the dome shape at the top and bottom. I think if anything, it'll be like you have two zeros and slapped them together. I'm going to assume that this is probably going to be the heaviest disc. I'm guessing it's going to be around 25, 26 grams. Because it is one of the last discs, like new discs coming out before the next series. And 00, you can't just have it be 00 and weigh nothing. But I think the most interesting part of this new release is the fact that the new driver is going to be called DM or Dimension. And it said, guys, that Dimension is supposed to have a mode change, which makes sense because you had Extend, which had 2 different modes. You put on the Extend Plus chip and it had 3 different modes. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one has 2 or 3 modes. I'm going to say 2. I think 2 would make the most sense. 3, I don't really know how they can incorporate 3 well without it being like the exact same as Extend Plus. But really, guys, that is all the known information about this new Achilles. And I will say it is kind of weird that we are getting a new Achilles in December, and then we are possibly getting a new Achilles. But anyways, guys, that is going to wrap up this quick little news video, this quick little episode of Nook News. Definitely go check out Beyblade Galaxy. I'll have his link down below. Definitely makes really awesome videos and is very, very helpful. Pretty awesome. Definitely go and check him out. But if you like this video, guys, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have fun and bay away.